1 in 8 Americans are on food stamps. 1 in 8. That's not a statistic, that's a warning. We are $34 trillion in debt, and 40 million people still depend on the government just to eat. And now, because Washington can't pass a budget, those benefits might stop altogether. And people are going online bragging that if that happens, they'll just loot and steal food. And that's not hunger, that's entitlement. Let's get into it. Today, Democrats blocked another GOP bill that would have reopened the government. It would have put people back to work and restarted the food stamp payments for millions of families. The government had a chance to fix it, and they chose politics instead. Meanwhile, banks and credit unions are warning Congress that the shutdown is already hurting local economies. And this is what happens when DC treats real lives like bargaining chips. So while politicians are arguing about who gets blamed, millions of Americans are left wondering how they're supposed to feed their family next week. And yesterday, we talked about Mamdani, the socialist from New York, who keeps promising free everything. Well, this is what it looks like in real life. A generation raised to depend on the government and panicking the moment it stops working.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So, they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So, I only had $22 left in food stamps. So, this is what I stole. Okay, they wanted $9 for this. I said, oh, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's been in my purse. $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay, let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your meat. How many do you think that I got? How many short ribs is that? And can I be real? More of y'all are taking from the motherfuckers a long time ago. Y'all just didn't have that shit. Get out there and feel like I told you. Everything out here is yours. Whether or not you take it, they call that free will. I call that eminent domain. You know what I'm saying? One thing I learned from the white men, take it! Hey, now! Take it! I don't give a f*** already sitting there. I don't give a f*** your land was already established. It's mine now, and I want it.
And look, some people truly need help. No one is arguing that. But what we're seeing online is a whole nother level altogether. People bragging about crime because they feel they're owed something.
So you can sit back and you can mock, you can laugh, and you can think that you're about to starve us to death. But I'm here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you. The delectable crackers and cheese. We will make it happen if we have to. Trust and believe me. And if it takes this government shutdown for black people to finally come from under the government and understand that we don't need to be paying our taxes into this government, what we really need to be doing is taking care of one another, buying land and growing our own food and building our own nation. If this government shutdown and starvation is what it's going to take, then let the party begin.
And that's not a cry for help. That's a symptom of a culture that has lost any sense of personal responsibility.
I got an email from EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my 2 kids. And we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I got to work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. They got to help me feed my kids. Get the here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this time. Now y'all want to tap out. Get the here. I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT, and I'm not working for nobody. I'm a boss. I look like working when the government is here to help. Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq, Ukraine. Y'all funding all these wars. But when it's time to help the Americans, y'all don't want to help us. I need my EBT, yo. I need my money, yo. I need my EBT. Stop playing with me, yo.
And it even gets worse than that. The government is not just creating dependency here at home, they're expanding it to people who aren't even citizens. According to the USDA, about 1.5 million non-citizens got food stamps benefits last year. Illegals. More than $4 billion worth. And another 2 million kids living with non-citizens are on them too. That's the anchor babies.
42 million people in this country that need food stamps on a weekly basis. And we're saying people deliberately instead of Americans because most of the people that are on food stamps aren't even from this country. 45% of Afghanistan immigrants are on food stamps. 42% of Somali immigrants, 34% of every immigrant from Iraq, 23% of Haitians, 59% of all illegal aliens are collecting food stamps, meaning that most of the people getting food stamps from the U.S. government and the U.S. taxpayer are not even Americans. Think about that. And we didn't know about any of this before the government shutdown started, but thanks to Democrats, we can confirm tonight that millions of Joe Biden illegal aliens, people who crossed the border when Joe was president, are now collecting food stamps from a program funded by hardworking American taxpayers.
So let's get this straight. While Americans are struggling to buy groceries, our tax dollars are feeding people who broke the law to be here. And the Democrats act like it's heartless to question it. It's not heartless, it's common sense. We're taking care of everyone but the people who actually pay for it. And that's exactly how they like it, because dependency equals control. And for those saying, well, the Republicans control everything, the House and the Senate, no. You need 60 votes in the Senate to pass the funding bill, and the Republicans, they only have 53. The Democrats know that, and they're using it. They've blocked every attempt to reopen the government and turned around and blamed the right for the whole shutdown. And people are buying it. They shut it down, and everyone else is paying the price. And when 1 in 8 Americans can't buy food without a government card, and some are bragging about stealing when it stops, that's not a poverty problem, that's a values problem. The government created this dependency, and now it's raising a generation that confuses help with handouts and entitlement with justice. And this isn't just about food stamps, it's about freedom. If your survival depends on politicians who can't even balance a budget, you're not free, you're controlled. So please, find a way to stand on your own so their chaos doesn't decide your life. That's it for today. Like, subscribe, and share. It really does help the channel grow. Stay strong, and as always, keep fighting the good fight. We'll see you next time.